Hello, welcome to John Miller Garden Machinery. Hopefully bringing you videos every week. My name's Rob and today we are going to look at the Stihl HSA 140 hedge cutter. What is the 140? It's the uprated version of the 100, if you know the 100. It's available in a 24-inch bar or a 30-inch like we've got here. And basically it's in their Pro range, AP range. So battery-wise, you've got a battery that looks like this. All right, guys, that's the range this is working in. And we're testing the 200S, which is their lightest battery in their range of AP batteries. So, what do you get? Nicely balanced, all right? So if I hold it there, you know, with the 200 in, it's kind of central on the middle handle. This one's got a 30-inch bar, like I said. If you're doing big stuff, good. 24 inch is probably a bit more manageable for a lot of people. You get a rotating handle. So when you're doing the hedges, like so, you keep your wrist all straight, and it does go both ways. Nice thing about this, if I come a bit closer, so that you'll see it, is you get 3 different power speeds. So basically low, medium and high. So when you start the hedge cutter up, you can toggle through different speeds. All right, so that's just going to aid in the material you're going through. All right, guys. I think on some of the other models, every time you let go of the handles and buttons, it resets itself to the first setting. This stays, so that's quite good. A couple of features. I don't know if you guys come across the Stihl Connect, which is their little sort of toggle kind of bit of technology that can go on machines that can track the machine hours, where it is, when it needs a service, how long it's been used during the day. And this has got a nice little bit at the front for it to sit onto. As it's evolved, the Stihl Connect, Stihl have started building in proper ports for it to sit in. And then on the back, unlike a lot of battery gear, you have to start taking things apart to grease it. This is a bit like traditional petrol machines. You have a bit there, get your spanner in there, undo that, and it opens up the greasing function. Screw your greasing tube on, put a bit of grease in the gearbox. All right, so that's quite cool. Apart from that, it's just a battery equivalent of a petrol hedge cutter. It's got the same teeth as what you'd find on a HS56 or 82. So big old teeth, just running on a battery motor. So we are going to, me, just going to rip it through a few bits here just to see what it looks like. As I say, I've never used one before. And we'll see how we get on. With battery stuff, you don't always need ear protection, so I'm not going to use it, but goggles is always useful. And this will please Stihl. I've got DeWalt goggles on, they're the brand. So we'll see what happens. Right, we haven't got masses to do, we keep trimming it and not leaving ourselves any room for videos. But that is what we got there? That's a pyracantha. Horrible mean bush, big old spikes on it. And material-wise, if I get a bit closer, nasty old stuff, but it's cut through it. As you probably saw on there, you can't tackle more than a few at a time if you want to go for big chunky stuff, but that's kind of finger thickness for a battery machine. That's pretty good. It's always weird using battery, all right guys, because there's no noise. You always feel like you're not getting through it, but it does it. Like it or not, we're in this age where the battery is powerful enough. Then it's just down to run time and how many batteries you want to buy, and then people's personal thoughts on battery petrol. You still always need some petrol gear somewhere, real big, heavy duty, massive areas, unless you're buying loads of batteries. But on the whole, powerful machine. I think it's underwhelming because of the lack of noise, but it does the job. So don't let the lack of noise. I think people always associate noise and power with it's doing like big stuff, but yeah, it's cut through it, fine. You know, and with the 200 and 300S in there, you get a lot of run time in these. I don't know the exact figures. We might post it on a little table on the video, but it's hours. You get hours out of these. All right, guys. It's not a few minutes. You know, it is good stuff. And so yeah. So rounding up, that's the HSA 140 from Stihl in their AP range. All right, guys. And don't forget, once you buy into a range of any manufacturer, you can then fit the battery in different products. So that's the end of that one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and see you again soon.